Doing my daily walks. Dropped 10 pounds in like 4 or 5 days. I can drop faster than that, but that's just not healthy. I'm actually trying to get back to my old goal weight, which was 170, 175, which I can do that in the next couple days. And then I just realized that too that of all things, I've still been paying for a gym membership. So guess I get to start hitting up Planet Fitness up here. I'll just have to go get some gym shorts or whatever. Cause all I usually wear is like jeans and cargo shorts. Yeah. Been doing this daily. Normally later in the evening when it gets cooler, I just went and had lunch with my brother and them. And some chicken and stuff. So it's like, it's time to go for a walk. Time to walk the dogs. All 10 of them that are hidden in my Adidas tennis shoes. I've been just trying to focus a lot more on thinking on what I'm doing, basically, other than being uncomfortable talking to my phone in public at a golf course. But other than YouTube, I don't have any more social media. I've been cutting it all away like a cancer. I just made sure that anybody that I wanted to have my number had my number. And then other than that, I've just sort of been going quiet on everyone. Not just focusing more on mental health and all that. I've been focusing a lot more on my physical health again. And just retraining my brain to be more positive again instead of being in the constant fight or flight or self-defense mode all the time. And then trying to keep myself from focusing on anything that I shouldn't. This is pretty much my dailies. Time alone, day after day, and this time it's become more or less self-chosen. Outside of my business, I feel like there's something else I need to do. I mean, obviously get another home and start my biz, but between what I've been doing on my other channel and then this, I still kind of want to figure out a way that I can teach other people on spectrum how to have a more accurate ability to spot a narcissist so that they don't deal with that abuse. because we get targeted a lot by people like that, and then others who don't necessarily have it and are just fucking mean. Highway. But I'm also hoping others are learning from this on the coping aspect. It's been one fuck of a roller coaster for me on all levels. And usually when you think you're about over something, all it takes is one night or one trigger, and it can just set you back to the beginning. It's real easy to find yourself having to start over. And that's why sometimes knowing how to spot those traits and qualities in other people is a good thing, because it only takes one of those people to destroy the rest of your life when it comes to relationships. And it can cause you to end up staying single the rest of your life very easily. It's been very hard not to just close myself off and not welcome the idea of eventually dating again. Which for me, just that whole experience is going to be weird, because I haven't done that shit since high school. Which was in the 90s. And even then, back then, I didn't have to go asking for phone numbers and all. I didn't have trouble back then. I didn't have trouble meeting people back then. But as I got older and it got harder to deal with certain things and mask up on a regular type, it's made it harder. And plus all the bad experiences makes it harder for me to want to meet new people, including friends. So what this last person did is they sort of undid all the years of hard work of breaking past certain barriers that I had been dealing with throughout elementary and into middle school and part of high school. And undid everything, because now I've got to rebuild that confidence again, and those social skills. All the people that joined in on the abuse by ghosting and alienating and isolating and listening to the gossip sort of helped with that abuse and helped make things pretty bad. And that's why it makes things harder, because you don't have really anyone to turn to, and those you could turn to, you don't know if you can trust them not to just turn around and gossip and talk shit. It makes it so you can't trust them, so then you just don't want to talk to them. I've tried reaching out to a few people just in hopes to not only rekindle those friendships, but there are people that I was comfortable with talking to and always thought they were pretty good friends, and I think all this shit just kind of tainted everything, and so I'm just trying not to hold on to anything. I'm realizing I've got to cut that whole entire part of my life out of existence, basically. I have to turn my back on a whole lot of people, including those that, like I said, there's only a handful of people that don't deserve it, but it's gonna be the only way I can break free from it all. Let's flip this around so you don't have to just keep staring at my ugly mug. I enjoyed going on walks during the winter time a lot. Well, not a lot. I couldn't do it so much then. But during spring through fall, I try to go on walks as often as possible. Otherwise, yeah, I'd ride my bike, my dirt bike at the time, and then after a while my three-wheeler and my UTV. But I just have my UTV now. I mean my three-wheeler, which is fine. It just makes it easier on not having to move so much shit. I did find 2 more houses last night, my price range, and the one house that I put an offer in on this last time around, thankfully, is back on the market. So I'm gonna try for that one again, of course, because I really like that house. And I like the town where it's at and situated. But I know I'm gonna at least be able to enjoy things, you know, at least, and get my business started out there. And try to focus on like doing concert events and stuff, which I noticed there's a lot of Christian concerts out in those states, out in the Midwest, and you know, from Texas all the way up to Wisconsin. And that's what I'd rather work. I'm trying to separate myself also from even like the toxic aspects of just the general community, and it's not against them. You know, it only takes one to ruin it for the rest, as I was saying. And I understand it only takes one Christian to judge somebody wrongly to ruin it for the rest of us. I'm not generally that kind of person either. I'm just looking to get as much of myself back as possible and get back to being physically healthier. I don't have to worry about restricting myself. And most don't understand what I mean by that. Some would if I explained it. Because I know I'm not the only one who's done it. But I'm just putting a lot more focus on physical, mental, spiritual health. I think I spend most of my time when it comes to listening to music. I'm obviously listening to mostly Katie Nicole. I don't like to listen to all the depressing stuff or angry music so much anymore, because that just prolongs the healing process. Listen to a lot of like I said, Katie Nicole, Lauren Daigle, let's see here. Phil Wickham, Elevation Worship, and a bunch of others, Maverick City. And it's just, when it comes to the healing process and all that, you kind of got to focus on things in all degrees, not just what you eat and going outside and doing stuff you enjoy. It means also changing your music if you have to. It also means not being afraid to take time to yourself, even if you don't want to. And when people start finding out that you're cutting basically everybody off, it starts to upset people. they want to get mad at you for needing to focus on your self-health. And that's realistically not fair, and that in itself will tell you enough about somebody. As is, it's time for me to leave the past in the past and take a leap of faith for once, and stop being afraid of success. Because I know I can do better than this, and I deserve better than this. I just don't like saying that because it sounds so conceited and all that shit. It's just, as much as I've put into relationships and homes and all this shit, to just constantly be nothing but shit to people and stuck in the same place as I was a decade ago. It's time to do what I should have been able to do in that time period, but I had someone holding me back constantly. They're bullshit. It's time to do that within a year. And then spend the next couple years building that business up and making it successful. And hopefully between now and then, I can meet someone and build up from a friendship into something more serious instead of just jumping into something with somebody. It's time to do things more traditional, and the only reason why I ended up realistically going from one relationship to the next, which it took my ex like 6 months to get me to actually go, okay, we're together. But the only reason why she was given that chance was because that was my older son's mom. I love my kids' moms, but to learn how fucked up my oldest son's mom is, all this and the serious abuse I went from her mentally and emotionally, all that the last few years, I'll never look at her the same. My younger son's mom, still love her to death, but I have found that I can't take myself backwards where that one's concerned either. I'd still like to sit and have a conversation with her and all that stuff, and it'd be nice to have a friendship there, but that's about it. I couldn't let it go past that. I'm looking to move on from my past. Not just one, I need something new. I need to break this entire cycle of bullshit. Part of me is considering, though, do I focus on my YouTube channels in the process too, and do I use this platform to try and start helping other people who are going through the same thing I have? Most people tend to have a harder time letting go, but trust me, I had to be dumped and discarded and cheated on a dozen times at least a good dozen times, it seems like, just in the last 4 years alone. God knows how many times she actually cheated on me every time she said she was going to a friend's house. And the time she didn't answer or supposedly didn't get reception, she was actually cheating when she had no problems doing video calls to me from her friend's house that she said that she couldn't get reception at. So I already knew it was bullshit. So I'm just hoping maybe my experience might help other people too gain the strength and leave, especially sooner than later, because it'll never end unless you become so broken and literally have absolutely nothing that they discard you long enough to start getting back on your feet before they decide to love bomb you and come back in again. You don't ever want to be friends with them again. You don't want any type of friendly connection with them. They'll never change. They can change the way they look. They can't change who they are. Pretty cool, huh? That's the trail. But I'm gonna cut it here. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm just trying to keep busy, get healthier all the way around. The nice thing is when I go on my walks, I don't smoke like every 5-10 minutes. I leave my one meds at home. And yeah. Oh, hey. Gonna get it? The little bird up there. Thanks, little robin. But, anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will continue to try and keep posting. I just am gonna be working on doing so on a more positive note, and do my best not to allow things to kind of set me back anymore. I'm just hoping, I just hope to meet a friend sometime, because it has been lonely, and I'm not looking for anything else. I just need a friend. Because I know, like my buddy, I love him to death, and he's my brother, but I don't want to spend the rest of my life in the evenings just sitting, hanging out, playing video games, getting drunk, and smoking pot. And for me, it only takes like 2 shots before I get a good buzz, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't need drink anymore. Because I'm not a drinker. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Later.